When I saw this headline, I literally clicked on it and emailed the link to Madison. I was like, this is something I have got to discuss. This is so practical because it is already happening and it's going to happen more. Your next job interview may be with a robot, whether you realize it or not. This is from The Observer, Katie Bishop, the reporter on this. Unbelievable. So here's what's happening. Job interviews are being assessed by an algorithm that uses your facial expressions, your intonation. See, I just went up and then I went down. That's intonation. And word choice to evaluate whether you are right for the role or not. What? I'm not trying to cause indigestion and ulcers for some of you and anxiety, but that'll do it. Your facial expressions, your intonation, and your word choice. Whoa. Now, calm down. I'm having some fun with this because here's the deal. Humans are doing that too, whether they realize it or not. Whether you realize it or not, when you're in a one-on-one face-to-face interview, people judge us. They make impressions based on our facial expressions, intonation. One way we say something, maybe we say something and they think that we're insecure or defensive about it. Maybe we are. Maybe we aren't. So this is happening anyway, but why this is important is because a human is many times not as intentional in analyzing these things, whereas a robot that has been fed information from a human going, hey, look for this facial expression, look for this, you hear intonation, blah, blah, blah. And so that computer's not missing anything. That artificial intelligence isn't missing anything. Oh, boy. Major companies and an estimated 83% of U.S. companies are using some form of artificial intelligence in their processes. Prasanna Tambi is an associate professor of operations, information, and decisions at Penn's Wharton School of Business, says HR decision-making has always been based on the prior experience of recruiters and their intuition, but technology has made it easier than ever to apply for jobs. So recruiters have increasingly large stacks of applicants to evaluate. I've talked about this on this program. Because of technology, it's easier to apply, and so there's more people. So the stacks of paper have been replaced by just tons of electronic submissions. And so, as a result, more applicants, more time. So tools that help company recruiters sort through the increasing number of applicants has made AI attractive. We get that. This is about efficiency. That's what's going on. And so this AI, artificial intelligence in recruitment, ranges from video software to chatbots that answer basic queries from candidates and algorithms that are screening resumes for keywords. But there's always a but. These algorithm-driven application processes do have problems. In 2018, Amazon abandoned a computer program that used a machine to score candidates after the developers realized the tool discriminated against females. AI recruitment is now so common that some colleges are offering lessons in how to complete artificial intelligence-powered interviews. But there is an inevitable risk that the algorithms could transform the recruitment process into a box-ticking exercise. Hang with me on this. Oliver Quee is an HR expert and co-founder of Interworks that uses AI-driven personality tests to predict company employee fit. And he believes that as machine-based recruitment becomes more popular, there is a risk that candidates will try to game the system. Can I just tell you something? I don't know jack about technology. I am not very technology savvy, but I can tell you right now, there's no question he's right. People will start to game this system. Now, why do I bring this up? Because I have people that listen to this show that are leaders and hiring managers. And I'm going to tell you something. You better fight this. Because the number one cost to businesses is employee turnover. And the number one reason for employee turnover is a faulty, bad hiring process where you miss on a candidate. People already come in and lie to you and put on an acting role to get a job. When they can start to game these systems, and believe me, they will figure out how to do it. It's trouble. Folks, I got to tell you something. I am all for technology and advances, but I get really, really nervous when we start to remove the human element to decision making. It's bad. So I'm going to fight this any way I can and try to talk to leaders. I get an opportunity to talk to leaders a lot. I'm not just a man of the people for you to help you get where you want to go. I'm going to talk to leaders and go, listen, this is a problem. You better bring the human element. If you got to use AI, you better make sure that you aren't missing great candidates. So what do you do? What do you do with this? So Oliver Key, this expert who works for a company that drives this AI stuff, said bringing your own unbiased and differentiated data to an interview is still the best way to stand out. Data includes factors such as your experience, personality, and raw intelligence. These are factual and measurable and less easy to game than factors such as appearing to interview well in the AI environment. So what he's saying is what I've been telling you in my How to Win the Interview guide, which is free at kencoleman.com, and as I give advice to people all the time on how to prepare and perform well in an interview. Here's the deal. Even though you may be dealing with an algorithm and a robot, you still need to do what I teach you, which is research the company, research the role itself. Look at the job description. Make sure your resume's got keywords from the job description in your resume. It's why I say create a new resume every time using my templates. So that way you are going to get the keywords picked up in there. But again, research the company. Know what they're passionate about. Know what their culture is. Know the inside buzzwords. All of this is researchable and readily available. And when you're talking to a robot, you don't know you're talking to a robot? Doesn't matter. You are bringing the intangibles to the table. You know why you want the role. You can talk about the enthusiasm for the role because you're talented, you're passionate, and it's missional for you. I've taught you the words. I've taught you what the words mean. Talent, what you do best. Passion, work you love to do. Mission, the results that you want to accomplish. That means something to you. Do your homework on the company so that no matter if it's a person or a robot asking you a question, you're given the best answer. Because this is what it is. So preparation is even more important when you don't have an imperfect, human who may give you more grace in a conversation. These computers are looking for key things. You better be prepared. And as I've said before, I'll say it again. Relentless preparation leads to reflexive performance. Prepare. Be ready. And so it doesn't matter if there's a human on the other end or a computer analyzing you. You got the answers. That's how you fight the machine. It occurs to me, Madison, Joe, that the Matrix is like actually becoming, like virtual reality, machines. I mean, it's kind of scary, man. And I'm all for advancing in technology, but I'm going to tell you something. There are some signs out there that tell me that you, the people, you folks, when you can stand out for your humanness, I just think people are more and more going to be looking at these AI processes and go, you know what, we missed on this. Don't forget that a robot can't measure passion. Leaders, hiring managers, robots, they can't measure that. You know why? Because a robot doesn't have a freaking soul.